So the worrisome thing to me is that I thought there was no queen in here, this one. And so I put the 2 Caucasian queens in here I had bought. That one I knew was queenless and it had a queen cell in it, so I was gonna leave it alone and let them develop their own. And it's my big strong hive. So when I came in here, there was one on top and one on the bottom. This one faces the other way. And when I opened it up, this one still had the little queen in the cage, no big excitement and nothing new there. But this one had eggs and brood, and I didn't find a queen. So then I have 2 queens to put in, but only one hive that needs it. So I took the really wonky looking weird cell from this one, that was the only queen cell they had in it, away, and I put it in a split over there with a couple frames of bees from this hive into the old box where I had the dead out, and I cleaned it all out and everything, and I don't know why it was a dead out. I think they got poisoned. Does that make sense? And so I put 2 frames of bees in there with some eggs and brood and the little queen cell that they have. So if that one survives, great, that's fine. It really is from this hive. That queen cell in there that's kind of weird is from this hive, and that was from a package this spring. So these 2 would have like the same genetics essentially. So Vivian, go away. Go on. Get. I took that queen cell out of, I put my Caucasian queen that's new in here overnight so that hopefully they get used to the smell. It's gonna rain for the next few days, so I need to release her. And I'm hoping they'll accept her. So I have to kind of look at it when I let her loose at what they do and hopefully not cage her again. But we'll see. That one, the one on the top I think has the queen that I bought in it, and the one on the bottom I think has its own queen somehow, but I didn't find her. So I have to look at that one and see what's happening. Leave it running. So this is the one that's interesting because I opened it up and I was shocked yesterday because when I opened it I was going to release the queen, but I found brood and eggs and larvae, which means there's a queen in here somewhere. But I haven't been able to find her. So look in those holes and you can see little caterpillar-like things. Do you see them?
Yeah.
So there's actually brood in there. So since there was brood that was young, it was like, look, there's like a couple day old brood in this area here.
Mm-hmm.
Which means there's been a queen in here in the last couple of days, right? And I still haven't found her, but clearly there's a queen or we wouldn't have that, right? So I can't put another queen in there because they would attack and kill her. And if I found the queen in here, I would mark her so she's easier to find, but I haven't found her yet. I'm trying to see.
I thought you said you did mark her.
I marked one that might be her, but I think I would see her. She had a broken antenna. Remember? That was like last week.
Yep.
But I don't see any blue dots anywhere on anybody. But they're very calm and they have brood and eggs and stuff. I can't put a Caucasian queen in here and requeen a hive that already has one unless I find the other queen and get rid of her, right? Which, you know, I guess if she's laying and she's, you know, been raised here, she might have the better chance of surviving. Okay. I mean, the honey flow is on and they're gathering nectar and pollen. I do not see a lot of pollen in here, so they probably need some, but anyway, there's not a lot of eggs and stuff in there, so we'll see how it goes. Gonna get a bottom board for this one. And that queen is free, so that's good. But I leave them stacked, and the reason I'm leaving them stacked is because the heat from one hive keep the other hive warm when they don't have a big number of bees.
Board down there is crooked.
But anyway, so I have to get a bottom board for this one. And I get that edge. Getting this queen out of the cage that I put her in and hoping that they're all happy with her. If it's a mad rush to kill her, then I have to scoop her up again. So that's my challenge today.
She's not in the top
Baby, get out of here.
box
Oh.
in a cage, right?
She's not in the top, she's in the bottom.
Okay.
In a cage. So. You can see in here there's honey being put away. And this comb is all drawn out here. They're filling all that up with honey. It'd be great if I could switch those since the one is heavy and the other one's light.
I got to put my gloves back on.
Good idea.
Hi, Merles.
Almost, if that one's full, I can take it out. We'll actually get some honey out of this.
Is that all capped honey?
The white part. They're capping it. See? And it's heavy.
Yeah.
Let's try lifting with one glove. How heavy that is.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why the boxes get so heavy. But they are working this one really well. And that plastic one, not so much. I'm gonna leave that one out that they didn't dry out. Just give them more room, you know. Some people only put 9 frames in their 10 frame because of honey. And I think that's not a bad way to do it because then they have lots more room. So this one's gotta go. One more to get to the queen.
Ooh, you got some on the bottom.
I know.
Look at how they're holding on to each other.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Called festooning. They're feeding her and happy with her. I won't feel bad about just letting her out now. 2 or 3 dead attendants. Maybe she's out. I think she might have gotten out. That'd be okay with me. If she got out and they're happy, I'm happy. But I don't see her in here. Let's pop this off and see. Yeah, she got out. So that's good. I kind of ate through the wax I had on there. And already free. Mark that was kind of worn off. So she could be in here almost anywhere, but I think she might be in that crowd over there on the side. So I'm going to try not to crush her. I'll come back to it later in the week or next week, a week or so, and look for eggs and stuff. This is a queen excluder. I'm going to put it on here because I think she's in there. And what'll happen is if she is in there, that's the only place I'll find eggs is in that bottom box.
You're over to your side too
I
much.
see it. Okay. I just don't want to mash them in the sides. You know, this part. Try not to mash them. Okay, that leaves just a crack at the top, and then they can get ventilation going from bottom through the top. So that helps the hive dry the honey. So after I, wow, it sticks so fast. After I cleaned it all out, I let it dry out for a while, and then I think they just got poisoned. So what I did was yesterday, I took oh, they're eating all this, so they must be hungry. That's good.
Do you have them confined?
I do not, because there's no queen in here. So they can go out and forage, they can draw comb, they can do all the things that they should be doing. But, so there's brood in here.
And there's another one that just passed him.
Yeah, the drones are around. So there's hatching brood. You can see the baby bees hatching out here, see them? They're chewing their way out. So they have some emerging brood. They have a queen cell. They have got not really any food stores. They have all this brood over here that is yet to hatch out, and I just broke some of it. But anyway, those are developing. They're probably got another week before they all hatch, maybe less. So I'm hoping for some warm nights. But we don't have very many bees in here. So these hatching ones on this side hopefully will boost up their numbers. And I'm feeding them, hoping that they can, you know, at least have some of that brood emerge. See the pollen in there? Different colors. That's new comb because it's all clear white. And that's the pollen they're gathering there. Okay, and most of these are baby bees, so they're not very aggressive. They're generally nicer. But hopefully they're going to keep that brood warm enough to hatch out and give them more numbers.
Are those drones dying off?
Those are bees that are dead, or they're dying. I don't know why. So hopefully there's not any poison in this hive. I don't know what happened to my hive before, so I guess we'll see, right? So let's see what happens here. Hard to tell.
You're done?
Yeah. We're going to hope it.
She is. She's refusing to take her pill.
Well, it's melting in her mouth, so I don't care. She'll eventually have it, and she won't be able to spit it out once I get it melted. That's the way it goes, isn't it? Old lady problems. Sorry, girl. I know it tastes terrible.